I just gotta test the audio here. Yeah, I think I could probably cut it down somewhat. Okay, well, take two. So that's a little better. This up higher. Yeah, so that should be a little bit better. Yeah, I think we'll just go with that. There we are. Anyway, greetings ladies and gentlemen. And we welcome you back to some more of NCAA basketball where, let's see, last time we ended up taking the Red Raiders to the Sweet 16. So this time we're gonna do the Sweet 16 and Elite 8 rounds. So let's just see what we saved here. And then unfortunately that means I have to play probably the toughest team that's not a Final Four team in Kentucky. And then these guys always give me a bunch of problems. So let's see what we got to work with here. They might be in a zone, so let's actually we can exploit the stack if we do this properly. That's not doing it properly. And let's just get these guys before they set up. Trying to just move the ball isn't really working that way. Do we turn the ball over twice? I gotta figure something else out here. Either way, some crazy things happened. I kind of figured that there are actually a lot of crazy things happened in the tournament so far. I think the craziest of them all being the #1 seed losing. But then the crazy thing about Virginia losing wasn't that they lost, it was just how badly they lost by. Which was also a big part of it, because I was watching, what was it, like Maryland, Baltimore, was that the school they were? I don't know, whoever, well, Maryland, Baltimore, they were just hitting a lot of good shots, and then Virginia just didn't get any shots, and, you know, something about Virginia's defense just let them down. And then, let's see, what else happened? A couple #1s lost too. Because I know my bracket's dead with Xavier losing. So there goes my 25 bucks. And then, because I could actually still get the champion right. It's just that, you know, since other people have Duke winning, that means I'm probably not going to win the money. Even though I think I still might get some prize money for second place, but yeah, we'll see. Of course, this is what happens when you have other streams on, when you're trying to stream yourself. is that occasionally they just or end up being a lot louder than you. And then let's see who else. Cincinnati lost. And then I think what was a big one for a lot of people was Arizona losing in the first round. There were also a bunch of people that picked all besides Virginia. But then, and now we'll get to the, I don't think I got that off in time. No, wait, I did. But I swear these guys push the ball a lot better when, I played them last time. So either way, I'm not really gonna complain. So let's just wait for it. But I think, who was it? Arizona, Xavier, Cincinnati, and then, let's see, Virginia. I actually did need Michigan to lose, but that's not gonna matter anymore. North Carolina, they lost another one too. Or another big seed that lost. And then Michigan State. Although, speaking of Michigan State, I think I was right about, the NCAA couldn't wait to throw them under the bus for the way the whole gymnastics program thing went down. And then I kind of figured that was going to be the case with this tournament, was that the NCAA just couldn't wait to throw those teams under the bus that were under investigation. Although I was also reading an article on ESPN about the guy who caused all that stuff in the first place. And it actually was a pretty interesting read. Because apparently it was about some small-time businessman like trying to make some movie or something like that. I think I gotta sub some of my guys out soon. Kinda got greedy trying to go for that trap. And then who else was there? North Carolina, I think Xavier, Virginia, they were all in that investigation too. So I guess I shouldn't be that surprised that the NCAA was so willing to throw them under the bus early in the tournament. And then Arizona was another big one too. Let's see here. Yeah, I think we were gonna go with. Yeah, I think that's what we said we were gonna do. We were gonna go with the 3 guard, and then yeah, we were gonna go with a 3 guard 2 forward lineup. Yeah, let's just stick with that then. So I know I gotta slowly work my guys in, just cause really don't need people getting too tired too quickly in this game. That was a wrong guy. Need to get Gardner the ball so he can shoot threes. But then according to the game, it was guys who have fresh, hot, tired, and then weak was the last one. I tried doing that once. It actually took me a long time to figure that one out, because I had to play them the whole game, and then also I had to just make sure they ran for like 40 seconds. Okay, note to self, this guy is not a 3-point shooter. want to sub him. Yeah, so fortunately I can at least get that corner 3 constantly, or at least consistently. So I think that's what I gotta do against the zone defense. So then I probably could just give the rest of my predictions for this. I think, let's see, I picked Duke the beginning of the tournament, so I think I'm just gonna stick with them. So I'm probably gonna say Duke over Kentucky. That's because they somehow managed to escape, I guess, the bus compared to some other teams. And then, see, I still had Villanova, and then, I'll put O'Hara in, and then, yeah, so we'll just go with that for now. So then I think Duke, Villanova, and then for all we know, Loyola could come out of that other region. And then probably either Gonzaga or, say, who was a 3 seed in that other region? I forget. I think any of them could come out of that region. Because realistically, Loyola just has to beat who, the Wolfpack, or the Nevada Wolfpack, and then who else? And then just whoever gets out of that Kansas State and whoever game. Of course, that's just how much interest I've had in this tournament so far. It's one of those, okay, URI lost, so no big deal. Of course, you kind of knew that was going to happen, because Duke's just a really good team and a bad matchup. So that's just how that goes. I think I might start subbing guys out soon. Or subbing other guys out. Yeah, I think we'll just stick with that lineup then. So yeah, we can put O'Connor back in, and then I think that, yeah, Webb, you can go back in. Then we'll just stick with these guys. But either way, like everybody else, my bracket's already busted anyway. So, I mean, that's just how that goes. You always have one of those years. And this just appears to be one of them. But then I guess the NCAA probably figured that we're probably going to take away this team's title in the next year, or next few years anyway, so might as well just let somebody new win. I mean, it's not that anything that bizarre has been going on, it's just that, or it's just that, some teams are just making a lot of shots, and then other teams are just blowing leads like crazy. Because what was that? Cincinnati blew like a 22-point lead or something like that. And then Xavier blew like a 12-point lead in like 4 minutes. That's, I think West Virginia couldn't make it out of one region. Of course, they didn't have to play Villanova. I might have picked them to go far. So at least the overload is working pretty well against the zone. And then tomorrow we're supposed to get a big snowstorm again. So that is probably one reason I'm just playing this now. And then tomorrow I'll probably just have a bunch of different stuff planned out. I haven't really figured out what yet though. And a little bit more salt in the wound. Let's just go ahead and keep that up. So I think I should probably hold out for the last shot. Or unless they just want to leave me open. We can go with that too. So I think, what would I have? I think tomorrow I'd have some, yeah, I did miss Chrono Trigger on Thursday, so I think we'll probably do some of that. Okay, so everybody's looking alright. And then fortunately they're pretty beat up. Let's see, so Gardner, I think you did a pretty good job. Yeah, I think we can just stick with this for now. I think I got a decent shot at winning this one. Keyword here being decent. Which kind of surprised me because the last time I had to play against Kentucky, they like pushed the ball like crazy. And then this time they're playing the spread, which I'm not really complaining about. So I know in the next round, the regional final, I gotta play against either St. John's or Oklahoma State. And then Oklahoma State has one center in particular who's a really good three-point shooter. And at least I'm pretty familiar with St. John's, but they're at least a pretty well-rounded team. Because I know I've done full seasons with St. John's. Okay, see, these guys are actually moving the ball now. Yeah, just right idea, just wrong execution. I had that working against me. And then fortunately we can just run on these guys. Although it will be interesting to see what happens with basketball after this, because I do know that the NBA does want to get rid of the age limit. I mean, if it was up to me, I'd probably have it more like hockey, where you could draft guys after high school. But then you get to retain their rights for whatever they want to do. And then if you're going to do that, you should probably have a better minor league system. Which, I mean, the NBA has a growing minor league system, and it still needs to be a lot better. Let's see, these guys have moved a man now. So I think I might have to change to the, yeah, so I'm kind of thinking I just want to, yeah, actually we'll just stick with that. And then we want to go to the 2-3 set. Because that's usually my go-to offense against a man-to-man. Because the good thing about the 2-3 set is you can get a lot of good like one-on-one breaks. Or you can just screen off of guys like crazy. Just like so. Our defense is kind of slipping up here. Although I think, what else was there? And then the, because I know after this age limit is passed that, I mean, people are still going to get paid off, but you just don't know who and by how much. Because I know one common practice is that, a bunch of, family members of what particular player get hired for, like, whatever job. So I think that happened with, this one player in Memphis. I think his name was Wagner or something. He was supposed to be really good, but then he ended up having some medical issue and couldn't play anymore. But then they ended up hiring his dad to the coaching staff. Because I think Missouri might have done the same thing to, or actually, no, I think Washington might have done the same thing to try and get Michael Porter this year. But then he did actually commit, but then, he just decided against it. Or decommitted, then went to Missouri. Even though if you're just gonna do it with money, you might as well just treat transfers like trades. Man, that was my fault for letting him get away. So, I mean, you just give him whatever scholarship for this player. Let's see, what else? Who else do I want to put in? Yeah, I think that's the one I wanted to go with. So far, the smaller lineup's been working for me. Although that does make you wonder why Texas Tech was so bad in this game. Or maybe it just depends on whether or not you know how to use them. Because I think, who else did I use? I think I won from the tournament with Tennessee before. And then they were also a really bad team. Except I'm kind of hoping I don't have to play St. John's because I know they're a really big team. And I think they could give me problems. But also, they're not a very good three-point shooting team, so at least I got that going for me. Yeah, see, this is what I meant when I said you can just screen off of people. So it's always fun to, like, abuse that little thing. Fortunately, the half-court trap plays well. Oh, god damn it, you didn't get out in bounds. That is what happens. Almost had him again. And also, I probably should explain that red light, or red, green, and yellow thing. And that's just how safe it is to pass the ball to them. And then green, of course, means go, red means stop. And yellow's caution, so you know how that gets. So I think I'm in a position where I can just start going into cruise control. But then, see, I think during the snowstorm, well, I am also waiting on another job, so I might be working mornings. But then in the afternoons, there's, like, I still have to be somewhere else, but we're just, I guess, trying to fill up the clientele. Even though, if you ask me, they should be, having classes for some of the people that are that have kids over at the dance studio. Or at the next door studio. Okay, at least if you trap them in a corner like that, they're gonna have problems just doing anything. Although I might end up doing a draft show with actually, I don't think I'm gonna do a show per se, but I think I'm gonna do like some draft appearance with some friends. And then I'm probably not gonna have RPG Thursday that day. Let's see, Porty are in. And then let's put O'Connor back in for the rest of the game. But then I think, yeah, I'll probably just go over, like, what did happen. So, I know that, in free agency, all that stuff's going on, and surprisingly, a lot of quarterbacks are getting signed. So then it will be interesting to see how the draft shakes up, because I know the Jets made that big trade. Which I think is a good deal for both teams, because with the Jets, it just matters whether or not you get that quarterback. And then with the Colts, you got more second-round picks to build your team with. Which, I mean, they just need more talent. It just, that's all it comes down to. Because at the end of the day, they're in that position because they didn't draft well. I might do a, nah, I'm probably not gonna, but I might do a test run of a Mega Man X30 project tomorrow. Because I don't think I want to play through too much of that game just yet. Because I mean, it was kind of fun to go through Mega Man X hard type blind. Just to try and figure out like what was going on with that game. And then I don't think they really changed all that much with Zero Project. Just, I mean, besides just playing as Zero full-time, and then Zero could collect stuff and... Well, that works for me. So I think we just let this run out some more. But then, yeah, I'll probably just play through a little bit of Zero Project just to see what's different and what's not. But I don't think I'm going to change a whole lot compared to my original Mega Man X3 playthrough. Of course, I am going to have to develop a new strategy for Sigma because, I think in my first one I did abuse the, what's that thing, the hyper chip. Somebody want to not just bunch up in the corner? Yeah, that shouldn't have worked, but okay. Yeah, just stay on him. And then I think I just keep it that way. But then, Yeah, so I think that should go a little bit easier. And then who knows, that might just be a one-part thing. I know, I gotta change the contrast on this camera again. So I think as soon as I can, I'm probably just gonna try and make a new layout for like whenever I do GBA stuff or whenever I do SNES stuff. Of course, with that, I just had to do the work. That's all it comes down to, really. Also, for that storm, I should be a little bit more ready this time. So at least I got stuff to cook if the power goes out. And then there's one thing I don't even have to cook. I can just cut up a bunch of stuff and then just eat it as a salad. That's maybe the right idea. Oh, whatevs, that worked out. Yes, I think that's just this and then probably one more possession, then we should be good to go. And then one more for good luck. Alrighty, so we finished that one off pretty easily. So pretty solidly played all around on offense. That guard lineup's working out. So let's see what we get next. Alright, well, good news is I don't have to play against Oklahoma State in that three-point shooting center. Bad news is I got a bad matchup here. I just gotta charge my phone real quick. Alrighty, so where was I? So I think who is the one I gotta watch out for? I think usually Barber and Camden are their best players. Let's see. Looks like they're in a man, so yeah, I think I got the 2-3 set going. That one just kind of got off too late. Alrighty, return the favor. Really, this is just a create chaos and get away with it type of situation. Although those other gimmick defenses actually aren't that bad either. Cause I know, yeah, played the triangle and 2 defense on my middle school team. Except you can get away with that because people don't shoot threes. defensive struggle so far. And then, and I was still getting a little bit greedy on that one. And getting a little bit greedy on that one too. Let's just generate some offense here. This is where we roll off these guys. Although I better be ready to start summing guys in. It's only been... You're supposed to be the center, you're supposed to be the tall guy. Don't go too far out. Yeah, note to self, avoid that corner. Yeah, don't turn the ball over like crazy here. Double. Probably should call timeout and make some adjustments. Although this has been a slop-filled game so far. Yeah, let's just go ahead and try something new here. Let's see, so I do want to get some of my faster guys in. So with that, I get forward to web. That's I know I want Quatter to be the guard. He's been doing good so far. Now this was right before they became the Red Storm. So I think we gotta just use our depth here and then win that way. But then again, St. John's is a pretty deep team too. They just, cause I know when I played as them, I just definitely used my depth with it. I'll just go ahead and pin him. And then we're just gonna try and pin him like that. Then get him to do little pirouettes like that. Now that was me getting kind of greedy on that one. Kind of don't need that when it's only a 3-point game. Well, at least it was 8-2 until then. These guys are going over the screens. Yeah, I think that's what I gotta do. Just get guys to run into each other. Yeah, we should be good after that. Of course, that would help if I could hit a 3-2. So I know Gardner's supposed to be my major 3-point shooter here. Yeah, so I think that's what we gotta go with. Although, if you are seeing this at any other point, feel free to make your predictions for like Final Four and whatnot. And honestly, I'm expecting more weird things. So I also do find it kind of BS that Duke was the only team that didn't get thrown under the bus by the NCAA. Well, Kentucky being the other one. Once again, I am glad I am not playing Oklahoma State. No, I didn't want to throw it to him. And throw it to the power forward. Dalton, you can go in, and then O'Hara. Let's just go with this. So I got, what, 2 timeouts, or 3 timeouts left? Oh, I probably could just run a different offense here. Just go with a stack. Because the good thing about this stack is that you can create a lot of opportunities with overloading. Or at least you can cause some confusion. So this is going to be an ugly game. I think we could already tell that, seeing as how the score's 14-7 after, what, 8 minutes? Now, what the hell? Thought I had that one. Well, I did have it. Somebody else took it away. So then just wait for one to get away and then just do it this way. I think that's what we're kind of forced to do. Although the Mode 7 kind of flips things around at weird times. But then again, this was one of the first games that featured it, so not really that surprising. I also like that one other post with the dogs that said UMBC alumni watching the game. That's because they were called the Retrievers. So then they just had a bunch of golden retrievers there. But that's one of the things Instagram is good for. Although, speaking of which, I have been tapering off of Facebook soon, so... Or I've been tapering off of Facebook, so... I think after that whole thing with the data breach, I'm probably done with it. Which kind of sucks for me because if I'm going to run my own business, I kind of need it. And then at work, we hired somebody to like do all the social media stuff, so I'm probably going to end up using them to film some of my Instagram stuff. Which is like workouts, programs, all that fun stuff. And then nutrition. That's the problem with having Barber on that team, is that he's a really good three-point shooter. So I think, who did I have? I think it was a backup forward that I abused. It was like Bins or something. Nope. That's not there. Excuse me, pardon me. That worked out pretty well. I probably should sub him out soon. A few of these guys are already on hot. Quality. And then Webb, you can go back in. Just gotta check how good a three-point shooter is. So Quad A is not that good. Logan is good. Porte is good. Yeah, I think we can stick with this then. This is not going to be a good matchup because I think Richards is 6'10". Well, then again, we got one tall guy we can drive around, I hope. You want to abuse your size? I'm going to abuse your size too. 'Cause I always played Richards at power forward whenever I played with him. I better be careful not to get Dalton in foul trouble. You know, that would have been a lot smarter if, I said that would have been smarter if I didn't let him get away. So only 4 guys have points. That's hilarious. Think, yeah, we'll go with that, and then Port will have you start. No, this is anybody's game. So at least this is off to a decent start. So I think I'm going to stick with a stack, and then since they're in a spread, I think I'll just try and pin them here. But they're like that kind of spread that like pushes the ball up and then also plays a slower tempo, like controlled slowness or something like that. Okay, so at least I'm getting some done. Just wait for it. There, that's what I wanted. So at least a quick 5-0 run. Gotta put some distance between us. Or was it a 5-0 run, or it may have been 6-0? Or 4-0? Either way, the point is a run's a run. Unfortunately, that corner still exists. And then that cuts to the basket. At least those are working out for me. So at least I'm putting together a good run. At least in this second half. And then suddenly O'Connor's got the sticky hands. Yeah, that's what we wanted. At least play enough or aggressive enough defense just to make sure that they end up making mistakes. And then not get suckered in by their aggressive defense. Yeah, because I know I can't let Ben shoot threes. He's actually really good at it. So I don't need him like making 3 half-court threes and then all of a sudden they're only down by what is that? They're only down by 11. Well, fortunately, I'm putting some pretty good distance here. And then, I don't really think they are going to call timeout anytime soon. I don't think I got close enough. Alright, well that counts. So let's see, how do I want to do this? So I think Logan, you go there. O'Hara, you go there, and then Gardner. So at least the 3 guard, 2 forward type of lineup is at least helping out some. Yeah, so now we just keep them pinned in that corner like this. At least if we could pull that off, then at least it's going to make things a little bit easier. And then just make your move and not get trapped like that. This was actually close early on, but I think I figured these guys out. And unfortunately, we still got O'Connor for defense. So should be headed to the Final Four pretty soon. So I think I can just start putting this on cruise control. It's usually my MO is just try and build a big lead early and then go on cruise control a little bit later. So let's see, I think that day of the national championship I'm probably going to do like some, like, or probably just like do an exhibition on this game for it. And then, or actually what we could do is just play the Final Four and the National Championship on Monday. And just try and do it that way. Okay, well, whatever. Let's just take it out and reset. Yeah, I was kind of, just kind of forgot to pay attention to how much time was left on the clock. Oh well, stuff happens. I think, next time they sub, I'm probably gonna sub some of my guys out. Actually, you know what, I should probably sub O'Connor out. And just keep him up and running for, like the last 4 minutes or so. This is what we wanted. Yeah, so we could probably just go with that then. It'll be interesting to see what happens with URI next year, because I know UConn wants Dan Hurley, so we'll just see what happens with that. And then when the coach leaves, the recruits sometimes leave. Then you're hoping maybe you could scoop up some of those Pitt transfers. Or a bunch of those guys that just want to transfer out because their coach got fired. That's actually a really nice way to get some dirt cheap talent. I mean, you still kind of have to or you still kind of have to show them a good time, so to say, but I mean, that's still a decent way to at least put some more talent on your team. So let's see, we should be finishing up pretty soon. So, kind of thinking, I'm thinking only one number 1 seed's gonna get in. I think that's gonna be Villanova. Because at this point, you can probably just let some of them just finish each other off. Those teams under investigation, I mean. Oh, that was stupid. That just worked out for me. Although I'm wondering, have they scored a point yet this half? Not gonna argue if they have or haven't. Because there is an option you can do that'll let you switch the ball when, or switch your defender whenever they pass the ball. Well, let's see if we can get that guy fouled out. So I think we can just sit here for about 20 seconds or so. And then, although it is going to be completely unknown who's going to be good next year, just because I know Duke has another loaded class. But then once the NBA gets rid of the age limit, it's all up for grabs from there. Because I think the age limit was a good idea, it just wasn't executed well. Because I think you had high schoolers like Kwame Brown coming out too early and then, or coming out well before they were ready and then just having bad careers because of it. And then also the NBA is just not a good league for developing players. Because occasionally you get your Jimmy Butlers, but that do end up developing, but then more often than not it takes like 5 or 6 years for somebody to turn out decent. And then teams just don't have 5 or 6 years with coaches getting fired left and right. So then, I also think next week I'll probably just do a... Yeah, I'll probably just do the Final Four National Championship next week. I think that's probably how we're gonna handle this. And then I'll have to do that one on a Monday. Just to see how the picks go. Although I forgot to check the Vegas odds before I made my picks. Because I did that last year and I got North Carolina right. Even though, granted, it really wasn't that hard to get North Carolina over Gonzaga right. So let's just stick with this. And let's just go ahead and wander off here. I was hoping he was going to miss that, but what are you going to do? Miss that and then get the rebound, then just seal the deal. But then, fortunately, Twitch hasn't changed all that much. And then, so far, this has actually been a decent thing for me. But I kind of feel like I do like the RPGs a little bit better. Yeah, we came pretty close to getting that guy fouled out. One more for luck. Now, with that said, we are headed to the Final Four. Yes, I don't think I scored a single point in that second half, which is a-okay by me. And then Gardner's the one tired. Did I forget to put O'Connor back in? I think I did. Oops. So, let's see who we face. Oh, this is not going to be good. Turns out I got to face North Carolina and then either the winner of Duke and Kansas. Well, this should be a fun next week. So, let's see. I think, yeah, I'm probably just going to leave it here and then call it a stream. So, thank you, whoever, for showing up. And if you're watching the VOD, thanks for watching or commenting. And I will see you guys tomorrow for pretty much an Anything Goes stream. I am going to have to get some Fester's Quest in, though. No, that said, I'll see you guys next time.